part 4 for what if Deku was Slender Man. Let's get into it. Also, guys, I've been doing some research and work. Well, you guys don't want to see all hear that boring stuff, but anyway, Central and Sixth Path, they've been catching up fast up to my channel. We can't have that happening, can we? We've got to show the channel's more dominant than others. But anyway, if you did overtake me, good work. This means one video for you guys. But anyway, let's get into part 4. And guys, I gotta say, you have some good comments. Someone said in the comments that Class 1A is gonna be all like Jeff the Killer. They all have the powers of that. No, maybe, sort of. Anyway, now let's get into it. Deku wakes up from his sleep, and then he feels weird. His body, it just doesn't feel right. Like he just gets urgently feeling that something bad's gonna happen today. But oh, sorry guys, but he just doesn't know what. So he's just thinking, but he's realizing that he's gonna be late for school. He rushes, gets his clothes on, and he rushes to UA using the Spidey, aka the tentacles. So then Deku gets to UA and he opens the class door, and when he sits down, Aizawa comes in and he says, "Today class, we'll be doing heroes vs villains." They all start cheering, saying, "Wait," but then they all realize that, wait, what's heroes vs villains? Aizawa says, "Well, one team's gonna be villains, one's gonna be heroes, and we got a special guest." They say, "Who?" The door breaks open. "I am here." All Might comes in, and Aizawa says, "He's gonna be your teacher today, and I'm going to take a nap." Deku says, "No, not Aizawa." He says, "You too." He just falls to the floor unconscious. And then All Might just says, "Well, no weird one, but hey. Anyway, today, Class 1A, we shall be doing heroes vs villains." They all say, "Yeah, we know, he said so." All Might in his mind saying, "Well, no, well. Anyway, quickly, get your hero costumes on." He says, "Wait, where are they?" All Might hits a button. These hero costumes. They all just open up, and everyone's walking out, and then except Deku. And Deku's got to the change room, says, "I didn't make one." Then one says, "What do you mean you didn't make one?" "I forgot." In his mind, Denman's face plants. Then he says, "Fine, we got to improvise." He says, "Improvise?" Then Deku's face, all Deku's face, when the skin of Deku's face starts to grow and cover his face up. His skin turns into a suit, and the tentacles get stronger, and his arms get bulkier. Deku realizes that he's Slender Man. Deku says, "What's happening? Why do I look like you?" He says, "You need a hero suit, didn't you?" Improvising. Deku just says, I guess, but stop whining, you brat, and get your ass out there. You're going to be late." Sorry for the bad word, but still. Deku realizing that she is going to be late. Everyone else just sees Deku way taller. Not tall Slender Man, but he's taller. Taller than Idra at least. Almost up to All Might that height. They see his muscles, they see his tentacles, and they see his face. And everyone's just kind of shocked. Because Deku's face is covered up. Like, you can see the outline of his eyes and mouth and nose, like Slender Man right now. But in the picture, but anyway. All the girls are a little scared, especially Momo. She knows what this looks like. This is the Slender Man. Momo says, "Doria." He says, "Yes, Momo?" "Why do you like Slender Man?" Deku says, "One of the quirks are practically almost based around him the same, so why not just be him?" She says, "But still, it's creepy." Deku says, "Yeah, I know it's creepy, but hey, I'll tell you a secret." Deku puts his ear next to well, his mouth next to her ear. He says, "I didn't make my costume. I had to improvise." She says, "Oh, nah, she could have just asked me, but oh well." Deku says, "Yeah, but using the change rooms, and I'm not gonna go into there. Ooh. Or at least the girls' one. I would be slapped silly." Oh, anyway, and it says, "Nice costume, young man. Now let's get to the teams. All the same teams. All the same teams in anime. So Deku, Maroka, heroes, villains, Bakugo, and Ida. So now, the battle starts. And Deku's walking with Ulrock, and Ulrock is like kind of creeped out, but she knows it's just Deku and like a mask, obviously. She says, "Deku, nice mask." He says, "Thank you." She says, "Can it come off?" Deku says, "Obviously, but it looks really realistic." "Obviously, it's my skin." She just says, jaw open wide. "What?" "Yeah, I based off Slender Man, so why not I just copy his style?" She actually realizes that it's Slender Man. She realizes that the moment he says Slender Man, and she realizes Deku's wearing a full black suit, white t-shirt under the suit, tentacles popping out his back, plus white skin. She says, "Wait, you're Slender Man?" He says, "No, I'm close to him. I got a quirk like him." She just says, "Okay." Then Deku says, "Oh well, can you use float?" She says, "Yeah." "Good." She says, "Why?" Deku grabs his tentacles and yeets her up to the roof. And Deku says, "Have fun up there." She says, "What?" "Get the bomb." Bakugo explodes Deku, being pissed. Because, well, he wants to know what happened to Deku, how he got this power. Deku blocks it with a breeze. And Bakugo trying to aim for Deku's face. He doesn't know the weakness, he just did it on purpose because it's in the same anime. Deku blocks it, and he grabs Bakugo's hand, turns it around. Well, he grabs his wrist, doing something what Ford did to Loki in Ultron, just smashing him back and forth. And the class A is like, it's like, what? The at the last second, almost says, "Hell." Then Bakugo gets smacked into a wall and he's unconscious, heavily injured. Deku just starts swiping his hands up and down, like just getting knocking the dust off. But that was easy. Now time to get the bomb. Deku's tentacles grow out of his back even more, and he starts climbing like Dr. Octopus on the roof in the building. He's just going up, and Ida just says, "Putting his villain act." He looks up, seeing Deku, and he breaks through the window, doing I. It looks like a kick. It's like I can't know what it's called, but he literally just kicks him through the face. Not through the face, in the face, sending him flying into a pillar, but the arm kept his face a little less damaged, safe. So now Ida's charging towards Deku, and Deku is just dodging. But Ida says, "We want to save this," but he didn't have a chance. Reciprocal burst. Deku, not really expecting this, hits him right in the gut, sending him flying through through two of those rock pillars. And Ulrock is still not in the room. Deku, the skin opens up a little bit, and he coughs a little bit of blood. His mind says, "Damn, you're strong." But then Deku gets up, saying, "Nice kick, Ida." He says, "You leave yourself off guard. Oh, you've lied too much in your tentacles." Deku says, "Yeah, I know, but they're really fun to use." "Agreed, having a quirk like that would be nice, but you must try your best. And take this seriously," he says. "Are you sure?" He says, "Definitely. Show me what you've truly got." He says, "Snap his neck. I warned you." He blitzes Ida, doing like some Dragon Ball Z stuff, and just smacks him. When I mean smack, I mean he's getting smacked by a tentacle right in the face and his arm. It wrapped around his arm and he slapped him practically. Ida got sent flying, somehow still conscious by just pure damn luck that hit hit his jaw, not his dipping above that. Ida charges towards Deku, a little drowsy, but he's still doing it, still making it, and he shouts reciprocal burst. Deku is running, charging towards Ida. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sweet. You don't see the time right now. It's 6:02 in the morning for me, so I got to get this fast done because I got school in the morning. But anyway, Deku and Ida are charging up one of the strongest moves. Ida's just charging up with a burst. Deku tentacles combined on his legs, arms. So then he's wearing like armor at this point, and he charges towards Ida, and Ida says, "Recipro, burst!" Deku shouts. What should this move be called? Deku shouts, "Slender punch!" It's like the Falcon punch, but instead of having fire, it's just black tentacles, enhancing his body. Fuck it! No, it's just slender punch. It's just Deku dodging the Cipro burst and just decking Ida in the face. It's like doing like some rewind. He hit him so hard, doing some rewind stuff. Almost just sees reciprocal burst. I'm not supposed. Slender punch, slender punch. From different angles. Slender punch. Breaks Ida's helmet, sending him flying. And Deku coughing up a little bit, and he walks over towards the bomb and taps it. Almost, and Rocco is watching this because she just got there when he did an ultimate punch. Almost shouts, or says in the mic, "Heroes win! Recovery girl, we may need you out here." Or Ida just comes out the wall, with the imprint of the wall of him. "We definitely need you out here." All of Deku and all Rocky start walking through, and they all say, all the guys say, "Deku, well done. Good job, you cleaned the floor with them." Then he says, "Oh, thanks." He says to Ida, still barely conscious, he says, "Good, thanks, Ida. Good fight." He shakes his hand. He says, "Good game, my friend." He just goes unconscious because he just got hit in the face by Deku with like a slender punch. Guys, when I mean like the slender punch, it's like the Falcon punch, minus the fire, just way more damage. I mean like pure strength. And even All Might would have had a hard time blocking that. But anyway, enough about Bokyo and Ida getting their ass whooped. Class 1A actually mostly the same, except like they actually tried harder to see if they can catch up the Deku. Good. Man, the thing they do for this channel, guys, I swear. But anyway, and the reason, well, I said UA, like it's their turns, they tried harder, but they definitely could make up the Deku, obviously. It's Deku. But then, it's the end of the day, and Deku's just walking home. But then it's also lightning storm. No, I said it's raining. And this reminds Deku of that fateful night when he's in the forest. And Slenderman says, "Oh, this is one of these wretched days." Slenderman hates the lightning now. He despises this. Because it screwed him over. The lightning. Little things. But anyway, Slenderman says, "May we go to my forest, Midoriya?" He says, "Why, Slender? Come please do it. I just want to see it, please." Deku says, "Well, I guess I'll make a detour." He just gets off the train earlier than he's walking over to the forest. 5 minutes later, he enters the forest and entrance, and he's just walking in. And Sandman just says, "Oh, the memories of all the people I've killed." Deku says, "What?" Sandman just in like astro form, practically in his mind, points towards like a branch, saying, I impaled some human there. He had a weird water quirk, but it's so fun." And Deku says the lightning storm's starting to pick up even more. The rain's getting heavier as well. Ooh. He says, "Man, we have to get out of here." He says, "Just a little longer, please." He says, "Fine." And guys, if you don't understand what's gonna happen, it's gonna be fun. Deku sees images again of this massive lightning storm happening again, but Deku sees like a massive hole in the sky. So the man says, "What is that?" "I don't know, but I don't want to." The hole starts to get smaller and smaller, but it starts heading towards the forest. And Deku, it's like a black hole practically, but it's really small. And it's sucking in everything, mostly everything, like the branches, twigs, Deku, and trees, yes. Deku is in like a practically sucked in. The tentacles try and stop it, but it's no good. They can't hold on, and Deku's getting sucked through a black hole. Well, sort of one at least. And the thing is that the League of Villains guy, oh no, 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 no. Deku though, I'll tell you this much though. Deku is not gonna have a good day when he exits out this portal. But you're gonna say like, why? I'll tell you why. Because he landed in a different world. This ain't gonna be like no Disney world, no happy ending. This world, ooh, this world is the killer world. Slenderman's old world. The same portal that brought him here opened back up. Slenderman says, "Deku." Well, he says, "Midoriya! Midoriya!" Deku wakes up. "What happened?" He looks around, seeing he's in another forest. Even with mist, even more dead. He says, "We're home." Well, at least I am. Midoriya says, "What do you mean we're home? All I remember is just getting sucked into a hole." He says, "We're back. Back where? My home, my world. We're back home." Midoriya says, "Wait, we're in your world?" He says, "Yes, you wanted to be here, didn't you? To see Leatherface?" But then Dick says, "But did you do the portal?" He says, "No, but I thought this could be back in this forest." Deku says, "Man, looks so similar, but different at the same time." "Yes, it's been abandoned for years, but seems everything's been, well, abandoned by, well, not no villains or anything in here at least. It looks like people start to come back in, caretakers. They're not afraid anymore because I've been gone." Man, people, I swear, don't know any respect. Well, this wasn't yours in the first place. He says, "Hey, I've been in this location for centuries. You be quiet, you." But anyway, we better get out of here. The rainstorm is still picked up. It's starting to get even worse here. Deku says, "Wait, there's the rain?" Deku realizes it's raining here as well. He says, "Man, it's confusing as hell." He says, "Yes, but we got no time for this. Go." As love, I'd like to stay in my forest, but we can't right now. Deku's just running through the forest, and Deku's just jumping over trenches, running over bridges. Well, made ones, like man-made ones, that those push down logs. And he finally reaches out the exit, huffing and puffing. But then a flashlight reaches on Deku's face. He says, "Hey kid, what are you doing here?" Deku looks up, saying it's a man. He says, I got lost." "Hey, you're in a forest. How come you get..." "I guess it's the forest. You're lucky, kid. Bad. Well, you're lucky that nothing really bad has been happening lately. Because, guys, I said time areas have, well, different in Deku's world and this world. Slenderman's been in Deku's world for centuries. Here, 2 months. He's been away for 2 months. I know, right?" Deku says, "Sorry." He says, "Kid, are you okay? you're looking pale. He says, yeah. And while Deku is running, the man in his head saying, kid, you better hide your tentacles. He says, why? In this world, there's no quirks, there's no powers or anything. There's only supernatural beings, and you'd be considered one right now. Including that you could pass as being a boy, just looking pale. He says, I guess. Then the Slender Man's tentacles retract in the Deku's back. His suit turns into a hoodie and into a hoodie and black trousers. And Deku says, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know where I was going. I just got confused. He says, it's fine. It's not closed at least. At least I can look it up. He says, come on. But then before he goes out saying, kid, you're looking a little pale. Are you okay? He says, yeah, just this cold storm. He says, yeah, it's one doozy for a storm. Anyway, we get out of here. The weather forecast says it's going to get even worse. Come on. The man locks the gate and him and Deku just start walking off. Deku says, do you know where I can find the nearest hotel? He says, yeah, over down there. He points towards the... As you know, he says, he gives Deku like some direction, but then Deku... then the Slender Man says, Deku, your money here is worthless. He says, why? Isn't all the... Oh, yeah, I forgot. No quirks here. You need to get proper money from my world. He says, okay. Aren't the countries the same? Yeah, fortunately. At least there's America, China, Japanese. The countries are the same. The world is at least, except there's no quirks. And money's differently. But anyway, Deku says, hey, you know what? Actually, no. Deku says, before he goes, hey, do you know where a shop is? He says, yeah, down there. Why? Just want to know, I'm going to get something to eat. He says, okay. See you, kid. He says, bye. Deku walking down the street runs into an alley, saying, Slender Man, what's the plan? I'm just hungry still, I guess. He says, kid, oh, I guess, fine. See, because the store around the street you asked for, about? He says, yeah. What, we're going to rob it. He says, what? We can't rob a store? I'm a hero. He says, no, you're not. You're close to one, but you're not one right now. And he says, I guess, but stop being a baby and rob the store. But no, I look like not with me. He says, what? Deku's skin starts to grow into his face again, and he practically turns into like a miniature Slender Man. Deku says, fine, but you're doing this on your own. He says, fine. Slender Man takes control, but with Deku's will. Slender Man is just walking into the convenience store. No one's in there except the cashier. He says, welcome to... He looks up, seeing a really tall guy. Bulky, wearing white mask. Says, oh, pal, it's almost Halloween, I guess, but you're looking a little too old. Before he sentences, Slender Man rips the cash register out of the desk with his tentacles, and he just runs out and just jumps out into the sky. The man says, wait, what? Slender Man also grabbed three or two candy bars on the way out, and he jumped away. He's on the building right now, and in the cash register, I said there's around like $80, $80. Deku says, oh, thanks, Slender Man. I also grabbed you some food. He says, thanks, but don't worry. Either way, you can't starve here. He says, why? You're forgetting. You may feel hungry, but you've been eating souls a lot. You could last around a couple more months at least without even eating a soul. Including you've got normal food to eat off. He says, yeah, I know, but stop whining and eat. And you keep your strength up. You know, in this place, we're out the territory, so right now, we have to be cautious. He says, I guess. No, it ain't a guess. We got to. Deku says, okay. Deku just eats the food, and then he goes down to the, what is it, hotel, you could say, yeah, hotel. But he went in this human form, not slender form. He said, "Can I have a room, please?" Yeah, $25 for 2 nights. He says, "Yeah, that's fine." He hands him the money and he goes to his room. And then he goes to sleep on the bed. It's the end of part 4, and I hope you like the twist I made. Because right now, guys, Deku is not even in My Hero Academia. Like, just so you guys don't get confused, in My Hero, time's moved a lot slower. It's really differently and hard to explain right now, but see, as long as Deku is in their world, My Hero Academia world's gonna move a lot slower. Like, it's like, if Deku does come back after like a couple of years in that world, it would be equal to, like, I don't know, like a couple hours. You know, it's really confusing. Time moves so much differently in each one's world. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed part 4. I really did actually had some ideas into this one. But anyway, guys, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and a like and comment for new videos. Bye.